What's going on, everyone? It's AskTheCat bringing you another World War II video, and in today's video we're just going to kind of be going over a few things that I covered previously already. A couple weeks ago I put out a short called World War II Zombies Copper Shingle Easter Egg, add that to what we know, or something like that. Anyways, at the same time I was making a few extensive posts over on Reddit, which actually got a decent amount of traction, but also garnered a fair amount of hate. Today, I'm pretty much here to just kind of debate everything that people were trying to throw at me and be like, you know, this should just be debunked. This is a lighting glitch. This should just be chopped up to nothing. Even though I'm going to put out all this new information and try to like defend myself in my stance on this, I still want to go ahead and just take everything in this video with a grain of salt. We still don't even know if the copper shingle Easter egg is a potential Easter egg in the first place. To say it is or isn't an Easter egg is kind of hard to say at this time. We don't have any like actual clear-cut steps to, you know, an activation or any potential leads that say, hey, we're on the right track with this. So like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. We're going to hop over onto Reddit real quick to kind of just discuss a few things, and then we'll hop right into the gameplay and all the new information that I would like to share with you guys. All right, so we're over here on Reddit, like I was saying, and before we get into any of this, I just want to go ahead and say that if you do want to like the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will be sure to link the Reddit page down in the description below. I am actually a part of the World War II subreddit and the COD Zombies subreddit, which is where I made these posts. But like I was saying, you can just find them by going to my page. So I'll have that linked. We're just going to go ahead and kind of discuss a few things here, and then we'll jump right into the gameplay. Like I was saying, this post did gain a fair amount of traction, garnered a fair amount of hate, and a lot of it was just me going back and forth with people, trying to defend myself, and people were trying to debunk me at the same time. But during the process of them trying to debunk me, they didn't want to give any supporting evidence beyond, you know, just trying to give some examples and then not support it with anything. A lot of people were trying to chop up the new copper shingles that I may have potentially found. They're trying to chop it up to a lighting glitch. There was a few people that actually said, yeah, you can actually see this happening in multiple spots around the map. And when I went ahead and said, hey, can you send me photos of locations, or can you send me the like rough locations of where I should look for this? Nothing. I would get no responses. So that tells me that either these people have no idea what they're talking about, or they're just making stuff up. Because why would you not want to try to substantiate your claims and prove to me that what you're saying is factual? That's pretty much all I want to talk about there. Because of how many people were actually calling it a lighting glitch, I made part 2, which was proof my shingle discovery wasn't a lighting glitch. I even went out of my way to go ahead and upload photos. Some dude popped into the comments and was pretty much trying to go ahead and call me a liar. And he said, I know this is fake. I think you know this is fake. And I think that's why you posted terrible quality photos, so that we can't see what's going on and that you're just kind of sending us on a false lead, is pretty much what he was trying to get at. And all I have to say to that is, why? Why would I bother? Like... Why would I lie to the community that I'm trying to help solve these things? Like, at that point, nobody's going to trust you. If you're lying to them and you're intentionally lying to them, why would anybody ever want to trust you ever again in the future? I have no desire to be that person. So anything that I share, to me, is factual. It may not ever end up being something by the end of it, but at this point in time, I'm going to genuinely believe that this is a potential side Easter egg, and I'm going to treat it as such up until it's been very clearly and clear-cut debunked. Like, I have never heard a dev say, hey, yeah, these copper shingles are nothing. Or, you know, hey, that's just a texture glitch over there. You shouldn't even be looking at that. That's not meant to be there. Like, there's too much going on with these copper shingles for them not to be something. If they are just a scrapped Easter egg or a Easter egg that never got finished, then, you know, I mean, there's always that chance. Or, hey, maybe it is a texture glitch and, you know, it just has never been brought up to the devs, so they have never really even been tempted to, you know, confront it. That's pretty much all I want to talk about here. I know it's been kind of a rant, more or less, at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the gameplay, try to flush out everything that I know about these new copper shingles and the old ones, for that matter, and yeah, kind of just try to compile all the information that I have for you guys. Again, take all of this with a grain of salt. We do not know if the copper shingle will ever even end up being a side Easter egg. It could very well not have ever been an Easter egg. It could very well be an uncompleted Easter egg, which just will never be finished because, you know, devs didn't get the time, or, you know, hey, maybe it was even a forgotten Easter egg that they just never got to. Up until I have clear-cut proof that it's been debunked, I'm going to continue to call it a side Easter egg, or a potential side Easter egg anyways, and do my best to fill you guys in with anything that I find on it. So yeah, let's jump right into the gameplay. Before we get into any new details or like any of my debate portions of this, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of cover what I would consider common knowledge for the copper shingle Easter egg and kind of go over what the copper shingle Easter egg is in the first place for those of you that don't know. So getting right into what it is, the copper shingle Easter egg has been a speculated Easter egg for the longest time now. Nobody really knows what's going on with it. There's no like steps per se that anybody has really found in order to kind of go off of and, you know, potentially find something else to do with this. But the main reason it's been a speculated Easter egg for the longest time is purely because obviously this map has like an electrical theme about it. So you think of like the Tesla guns, the Geistcraft energy, which is somehow attached to the hilt of Barbarossa, which in turn somehow controls the zombies through the Geistcraft. That is gonna wrap it up for what the copper shingle Easter egg is. But if you come over here to the clock tower, you can actually look over here on this roof. You can see 4 copper shingles. And like I said, the reason people think this is a speculated Easter egg is because the map has an electrical theme about it. Copper is a conductor of electricity. That leads people to think these are copper shingles, but nobody really knows what to do with it. So in terms of common knowledge, I'd say that's pretty much it. There are a few more things I would like to say. In terms to get this to activate or, you know, be able to see it in the first place, obviously just spawn into the final Reich, go ahead and open up Riverside over here, and then you should be able to just go right over to the clock tower and see them just like that. You don't really need to do anything in order to be able to see them beyond opening up Riverside. I don't know how common knowledge this really is, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in this section anyways. You can actually go ahead and see the original 4 copper shingles from the back side. So if you go over to this door that you had to open up for the Riverside to be able to see them in the first place, you can actually look out where the gate opens and you can kind of see them right there. On top of that, obviously being part of common knowledge, if you go ahead and get a sniper, they're much more visible. You can see them much easier. I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this section. We'll jump right into new information, my discovery, and kind of my my debate topics on people's arguments as to why this shouldn't be an Easter egg or something that I'm even looking into. All right, so this is going to be a shorter section in terms of, you know, what I think I've found. So if you come over here to the original 4 shingles, like I was saying, a majority of people know about these ones. But if you actually go over to the other end of the building, I recently saw those ones and decided to cover those on Reddit and, you know, obviously in the short and in this video. Yeah, a lot of people were trying to just chalk this up to a lighting glitch and say, yeah, I don't think that's anything. I'm going to go ahead and get into why I want to defend these and say, hey, I don't think this should just be debunked just like that. All right, so we're going to jump right into my debates and again, my arguments to what kind of people have been saying as to why it should be debunked. A big thing people have been saying is it's a lighting glitch, and people have been trying to justify that by saying, oh, there's a Dr. Straub spawn window right there, and it has that color lighting, and it's projecting right onto those shingles. And my argument to this is, for one, why would the lighting in that building travel through the side of the roof just to hit so happenly 4 shingles? And then I would also like to point out 4 shingles. Like, if you look at these ones right here, notice there's the 4 that everybody knows about. And then if you actually go over here to the other end of the building, why is it so happenly 4 again? 1, 2, 3, 4. And just for reference, this is the window that people are trying to say is projecting the light onto those shingles. So tell me why it would go through this roof and just hit, coincidentally, 4 shingles. In terms of that being a lighting glitch, I just absolutely do not believe that. And I'll kind of, again, go into why right here with reason number 2. This is just an easy example of kind of just forcing a light glitch. So if you actually go over to the spawn, you can actually go over to this street light right here. Notice this roof, perfectly fine. Looks just fine. Walk up to the light, you can see that there's light radiating all over that roof. Again, over here, nothing. Stand in front of this light just right though, and you get a lighting glitch. So to me, a lighting glitch in this map, it's based on where you're standing. It's very reliant on being around a street light and based on where you're standing. So to come over here and then call these 4 shingles right here a lighting glitch is absolutely wild to me. Because you can go ahead and as long as you have a line of sight on them, you're able to see them. They don't shimmer, they don't flicker, they don't do any sort of weird lighting glitch thing to make me think that it's a lighting glitch. And just to prove that it's not a lighting glitch, I can put a lighting glitch on that roof. All right, so like I was saying, I'm able to actually put a lighting glitch onto this roof. So as you can see, just a normal roof with the 4 shingles that I found. And if you get close enough to the corner of this building, you can intentionally project a lighting glitch onto that roof. And if you're not able to see it from right here, go ahead and zoom in on your sniper just to prove it. 4 shingles, lighting glitch. You can't see that at all. And again, like I was saying, it's very reliant on where you're standing in terms of that street light in order to even be able to see a lighting glitch. So I don't get where people are coming from with the whole lighting glitch thing. And yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up that. We're going to jump into some other stuff regarding this. The next thing I would like to go ahead and debate would be the fact that people like to say they don't look the same, they look different. The clear as day answer for me is if you actually take a look at the scenery, like actually do some inspecting and use your common sense, you'll notice that there's a clock tower in the way, projecting a shadow onto the building. Oh my god! Now you go over here to the other side of the building, wait for it, no shadow. Oh my lord. Now you turn around. Oh, it's the moon! It's the moon projecting a light onto that half of the building! Lord, I wonder why they look different. I wonder. Don't mind me being a smartass right there. That just gets me fed up, dude. You're gonna tell me they look different when they're clearly in 2 different lightings. Of course they look different. What do you mean? Oh my god, dude. That argument literally killed me, bro. But yeah, that whole they look different argument, that argument is a nothing burger, dude. You can go ahead and throw that in the trash because that does not add up at all. You're going to tell me that they look different when they're clearly in 2 different lightings? That argument doesn't work. I'm sorry to tell you, but it doesn't. Like, shade? Moonlight. So it's like super late during the editing of this video, but I actually thought of something else while I was kind of going back through everything. Something kind of grabbed my interest, and it was the fact that, like I was saying, the one half of the building with the original 4 shingles is in the dark, and the ones that I found are in the light. And that could actually be tied into the lore for the map. There's actually a quote of Olivia saying, "It seems even the ancient architects knew the difference between good and evil," which also could be translated to the dark and the light. So if you think about it, this whole thing kind of goes full circle. Now, if they were both in the shaded portion of the roof, I could almost agree with you and say, hey, yeah, they do look different. But where one is clearly in the shade and one is in the light, then obviously they're going to look different. Like, there's just no way around that. Those are pretty much my 2 biggest arguments as to why I don't think this is a glitch or a lighting glitch, to be fair. And on top of that, like I was saying with the boss fight, why would they just disappear in the boss fight? Like, if it's a glitch, wouldn't they just be there the entire time? Like, it's literally that simple. Like, I understand the lighting and the ambiance changes during the boss fight, and it's a little bit more grim and dark to kind of make it a little bit more spooky. It's supposed to be a horrifying boss fight, you know? But I just... It doesn't make sense to me why there would literally be shingles in just your normal mode, and granted, it's still in the shade, it's dark. It's not as dark as in the boss fight, but you would still think you'd be able to see them in the boss fight, regardless of what the lighting really was. The fact that they just kind of disappear in the boss fight just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. Up until we can prove that this is not an Easter egg, why would I just go ahead and take anybody's word on it and be like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say this is nothing because somebody said that? No. I'm going to go ahead and do my own investigation and kind of make my own decision up until I can be proven wrong. And like I was saying in the beginning of the video, I don't know if I actually ended up saying it or not, but I would love to be debunked. Like, if somebody can legitimately prove me wrong and give me substantial evidence to support their claims, I would be more than happy to accept the fact that I'm wrong. I have no problem with that. I have no intention of putting out false information or misleading anybody. So if this is nothing, the sooner we find out, the better. It's just one less thing we don't have to look into. We don't have to scatter ourselves that much less. All right, so we're here after we went ahead and watched everything back and I did all the editing. I just wasn't feeling the old outro, so we're here making another one. But if you guys did go on to like the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, maybe even share it around if you did find anything worth sharing. If you guys have anything to argue with me about or even agree with me on and be like, hey, you made some good points, or, you know, I just disagree with this and I don't see where you're coming from, be sure to leave that in the comments and I'll be sure to get to everybody, because I'm still a small enough channel to where I should be able to reply to everybody, you know, comfortably. I did want to try something different for this outro. In the comments, if you did make it this far, go ahead and type Black Sheep. It's just kind of a test thing I want to do, and definitely leave some comments if you like see anything wrong with the video in your personal opinion, because I would love some feedback in that sense. Just like the way I put my videos together. Like if you see something you like or you dislike, please let me know. I'm all for suggestions and changes in that field. So anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. I just want to go ahead and say, once again, thanks for watching. Deuces. See you in the next one.